Slow mornings is a habit that was thrust upon me at the start of the pandemic, but as I experienced it over and over and over again, it's one that I've chosen to stick with. So when the pandemic started in 2020, there was no longer a need for me to set an alarm or to schedule periods of time at the beginning of my day to have space to just sit and be. There was just simply nowhere to go. And as I started to really relax into that experience, I noticed a massive difference in terms of my overall peace of mind and my ability to slow down my thoughts at the end of the day before I went to bed. And now looking back on that 5 years ago, it's become a consistent part of my daily structure. So, I'll sit for, up to 2 hours each morning. Sometimes, it might be, half an hour or 45 minutes. And then, an idea comes to me and I jump in and go to work on it. Or, once a week, I go to an Ashtanga practice early in the morning. But for the most part, I generally have that space to be slow until inspiration moves me into motion. And that's a big distinction from my old life. That old life was driven by an alarm, shocking the cortisol through my system, jumping up, getting to the gym, going and lifting heavy weights, pushing a high intensity interval training workout, and absolutely then go throughout the day. And my nervous system was a wreck for about 20 years because of that. Something I never would have known had I not taken the time to slow down. And so now I look back, and this habit of slow mornings is a big piece of what helps me to navigate the big ups and downs that life can throw my way. In the past couple of videos, I've shared about, some of the financial uncertainty that I'm navigating right now. And I couldn't imagine, navigating these big questions that I'm facing if I didn't have a regulated nervous system like I presently do. I'm not saying it's perfect. It just, it has the ability to, kind of have the initial stimulus or experience and then press pause and then choose my response to that. And that's something that, when I look back, a big issue that I've faced throughout my life is reactivity. And I'm still not fully over it. I'm just so much better than I was before. And that I attribute to the habit of slow mornings. And so what this can look like, or what it's looked like for me, is giving myself as much space as I can before I have my first scheduled activity. Waking up without an alarm so I don't get that, induced infliction of cortisol when my body gets shaken out of sleep, and just having some time to sit and notice, how my inner voice is guiding me. And as I listen to that part of myself more and more, I've gotten in tune with being able to listen how it's guiding me forward. So I'm not, as subject to the outside world dictating my thoughts and my emotions as I used to be previously. So slow mornings can be a habit. They've been a habit for me for just over 5 years now. And I know from experience that they can be one of the most fruitful ways to inject more peace into our life.